Okay, hi everybody, and thank you for coming to the second session of the MindFit series. My name is Lisa Dorado, and I work for Home Care Assistance, and I'm here to present to you the MindFit series, which is a spin-off of the cognitive therapeutic method.
Excuse me, can everybody hear her? Do you need the microphone?
Yeah. You want me to speak up a little more?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm here for session 2 of the MindFit series, and for those of you who were here last week, let me just go over it real quick. Is there anyone new here from last week? Okay, thank you guys for coming. So the first week, we talked about how we achieve overall wellness, and we do that through our body, our mind, and our. We're able to go in and stimulate these different areas. So last week we did the coping, social, recreation, sensory, exercise, and diet. All of those are non-cognitive. The cognitive domain is what we're going to focus on today, and that's kind of our thinking cap. So inside the thinking cap, we have 5 subdomains. So we're going to use all areas of the brain. But today, okay, we have attitude, change your attitude.
Underneath your arm here.
Smoking.
Just hold on to
What
it.
else would a wife perhaps tell her husband he needs to change? Sure. Maybe he's left it on for too many days.
Mustache.
The mustache. Groom your face a little more. What else?
Listening.
All right.
Listening. Sometimes
Now, do I
they
need
have
to call
selective
them? They have
listening.
Thoroughly check you over.
Attitude.
I
Attitude.
think you're okay.
Anyone else have a guess? And then we'll go see what the answers are.
I know.
Okay.
Elaine,
All right, then you okay?
Yep.
what is something you think a wife might tell their husband they need to change?
I think attitude is such a good answer. I was trying to come up with something better.
Attitude, everyone kind of agrees attitude. Okay, so the top answers, number 1 is clothing, and I think we had that from someone said their shirt. Attitude, number 2, 25 people said that out of 100. His looks, staying out late, eating habits, and his job. So those are some of the answers. Let's go to question 2. Okay, name something you get at the dentist that almost makes the trip worthwhile.
Toothbrush.
A toothbrush? That's a good answer. Anyone else? Something you get at the dentist that makes it worthwhile.
Your teeth clean.
Teeth clean.
Teeth clean. I agree, because I like getting my teeth clean. I mean, it feels good. Some people don't like the dentist, but what was that?
Oh, I said everybody likes their mouth fresh.
Right. What else do you think some people might think? Let's really try to get into our executive function mode of critical thinking and judgment. And what else?
Well, it can be helped with your dental health.
Yeah.
Right.
Hygiene.
Right. That's good. Just keeping up good hygiene. Dental health. It's important so we can eat. Okay, let's see what the top answers are. Toothbrush.
Candy?
You said toothbrush? Candy. I don't think they do that anymore.
Candy.
I know when I was younger we used to get a lollipop, but now they give stickers. Clean teeth. That would be my number 1. Stickers, see. And laughing gas.
What is that?
I think that's what they use when they do like dental work on you. Some type of. Okay, so next question. Name something people consider a snack food.
Ice cream.
Yeah, here especially. Popcorn, ice cream,
Cookies.
cookies, candy,
Nuts.
nuts. That's a healthy snack.
Potato chip.
Chips, potato chips.
Potato chips,
Crackers.
crackers, cheese and crackers. You know, no one said like a veggie tray. How about some huh? Yeah, we have all the sweet stuff. What about like a vegetable snack tray? Okay, let's see what people have said for that. Chips, number one answer. Popcorn, peanuts, crackers. We only have fruit, number
They don't
6.
have vegetables either.
Yeah, fruit those for 6. And cookies. No candies on there either. Okay. What is one thing you would most hate to forget on a trip? And maybe it's even happened to some of you before, that you went on a trip and you forgot something very important.
Your luggage.
Medication.
Medication, very important. Yes.
A book I'm reading.
A book. I would be lost without a book, so I agree. A book.
Money.
Your suitcase.
Yeah, the whole suitcase. You're right. Or if you don't get it at the airport, that's a bummer if it gets lost.
Forgetting your ticket.
Oh, very good. Your airline ticket. What if you're flying and you get to the airport and you don't have your ticket?
And fill in and out for them.
And that too. That's a good one. Thank you. Anyone else?
Passport.
What's that?
Identification.
Your ID.
Passport.
Passport and ID. Very important. Yes. Money. What else would we hate to forget on it?
Yourself.
Yeah, well, oh, good one. What if we miss the whole date? What if the date comes and leaves, right? So, okay, let's see what the top answers are. Clothing, toothbrush, you said toothbrush, money, camera, passport.
Today there is your cell phone.
That's it. You know what? That is fantastic. That's a great answer. I didn't even think of that, but we would be lost without our phone, right?
In today's era.
Huh?
In today's time.
Yes, yes. Great answer. Very good answer. So you can see how this allows us to all just kind of think of different choices. And again, that's working the executive functioning part of the brain for decision making, and keeping that area sharp is good because we may need to use it and make a logical decision. Maybe you get some mail and you don't know what to do with it, and you look at it and you think, oh, this doesn't look familiar. You can always give it to one of your children or a family member, but there's options to consider. There's always options. So, okay, next question. A job where you can act like a kid. Name a job where you can act like a kid.
Teacher. Disneyland.
Disneyland, a teacher, like kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to do that when I was younger. I thought, I'm going to be a kindergarten teacher. This is fun. So a job where you can act like a kid.
A clown. Clown.
A clown, yes. That's a good one, Elaine.
Sports,
A sports player,
baseball,
yeah. That's good.
An actor or an actress.
An actor and actress, very good. A job where you can act like a kid.
There's something on the seat.
It's not a really, that's kind of a hard question, isn't it? But we're all thinking, aren't we?
take them to the zoo.
The zoo, maybe someone who works at the zoo gets to be kind of playful and act like a kid. Because most of the people that come there maybe are children. So we have what? The zoo, a clown. What was some of our other answers we got? A teacher.
Disneyland.
Disneyland, that was good. Let's get one more. Come on, guys. One more place where we can act like a kid at our job.
Playground director.
Good one. That's right. That's very good. Playground director. Maybe the YMCA or something like that. Very good. So, Good job on thinking about different options, and here's our answers. Clown. Elaine, you said clown, number one answer. 64 people out of 100 picked clown. Kindergarten teacher, we said that. Daycare provider, actor, that was said in the back. And toy store employee. So, okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, so besides throwing newspapers away, what is something we can use them for? Old newspapers.
Wrapping.
Wrapping,
Recycling.
recycling,
Starting fires.
starting fire, that's right, it's good to make, to get the logs lit. That's good.
Packing.
Packing. I've used them to clean windows,
Yeah.
That
That's
works
good.
good.
It does, huh? It does work, and you can just throw it away. Pardon me?
Reading some of them.
Reading, yes, reading. I don't have a cat, but I think some people put it in a litter
Litter
box
box.
for their cat,
Or a bird cage.
or a bird cage.
That's
Yeah.
where most of them belong.
Yeah,
The bottom of
the bottom of a cage, yes. What else could we do with an old newspaper?
Burn.
Share it.
Burn it, share it. That's a good one. Let your neighbor read it. That's a great answer, very creative answer.
What was it? I didn't hear it.
He said share it, share the newspaper. So after you're done with it, give it to a friend or neighbor to read.
Put it over your head in a rainstorm.
Oh, use it.
Shower.
Oh, that is good. How about covering your head with it? And I remember making like a hat or
A
a,
helmet, yeah.
remember folding it?
And birds and making.
Things out of it. Oh, how about a paper airplane out of
Yeah,
it?
right.
Wow.
liner. Oh, well.
Pardon me?
I said a liner.
Yeah. Right? Right. So it's interesting when we start getting creative and thinking about it, we can see that we come up with a lot of options. So we are in the metacognitive state where we're thinking about thinking. So, okay, let's see what the answers are. Recycle, number one, of course, we said that. And burn them, we said it. Cleaning the windows, wrapping gifts, packing dishes. Did anyone say that one? Yeah.
And said pass.
Crafting,
Yeah.
and the bird cage.
3 of us said it.
So there's a lot of things we can do with our old newspapers, right? Okay. Question 7. Name something that you wear that covers your ears.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Yes, we don't wear them out here. I've never worn a pair in my life.
A hat.
A hat,
Stocking cap.
a cap,
Yeah.
Stocking cap.
a stocking cap.
Shower.
Pulled down over your ears.
Shower caps.
Shower cap.
Hearing aids.
Sometimes your hands.
That's a good one. Oh, your hands. That's creative. Hearing aid. What would? Because you could cover your ears, right? I don't want to hear that, or I'm cold.
Swim hat.
A swim hat. Something that covers your ears. Someone said a scarf. Didn't we say that? A scarf.
Say your hands.
Yeah, we have your hands.
Sunscreen.
Yes. Yes. Sunscreen. I like that creative thinking, Elaine. Good one. Okay, let's see what the answers are. Earmuffs. 50 out of 100 said earmuffs. So that is the most common answer. Oh, headphones. Yes, I should know that because I always have my headphones on. Scarf and a hood.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, question 8. So let's keep on thinking creatively. So name a fruit that's delicious to eat but hard to break into.
Nuts.
Hair.
Coconut.
Nuts.
Pomegranate.
Okay, it's a fruit, and that is hard, but we're just thinking about fruit. Coconut, pomegranate,
Candy.
candy,
Hard candy.
but think about fruit only.
Pineapples.
Oh,
Oh, So think of a fruit that has a hard exterior and it's hard to get into.
Lisa,
Watermelon.
Patty had a good question.
Oh, thank you, Leslie.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. That's why I don't buy them. I get it already cut.
Mango.
Mango.
Prickly pears.
Yes.
Avocado.
Avocado. Avocado.
You
That's,
don't cut it right.
yes, it's hard to peel. It's hard to peel, but a hard exterior, hard shell, coconut. So we have coconut, pineapple,
Melon.
melon, most of the melons, watermelon.
You said nuts.
Yes, someone said nuts too.
Mango.
Mangoes.
Papayas.
Leslie, you have an answer?
Coconut.
They all have the best answers.
Coconut, I agree. I think coconut's probably the number one.
I'd say pineapples.
Okay, so let's see what our answers are. Coconut, 27 people out of 100. Pineapple, watermelon, cantaloupe,
Oh, cantaloupe.
pomegranate. But coconut, yes, number one. So, okay. Here we go. Question 9. What do you call someone who is careful with money?
Type one.
I've heard that before. Yes, I've heard that expression. Someone who's very careful with their money,
Conservative.
conservative,
Miser.
miser. That's right.
Thrifty.
Thrifty. That's all good. I'm careful with my money, but I call it responsible.
And I said saver.
Pardon me?
A saver.
Oh, to save it? Yeah, yeah, just someone who wants to save. Again, being a little responsible, because money doesn't come easy sometimes. Yes.
Banker.
A banker? Good answer. Okay. Maybe a financial advisor, maybe taking a conservative route.
Cashier.
A cashier is careful, making
yeah.
sure they count the change. Elaine, another very creative answer.
Living with your parents.
Living with your parents, you have to be careful.
Moocher.
What do you call someone who is careful with money? A banker.
Tightwad.
Yeah,
Tightwad. You got the tightwad.
we got a tightwad, miser. What did you say?
Scrooge.
Scrooge.
Mooch.
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 Okay, let's see what we have here.
Cheap.
Cheap. Nobody said cheap. Stingy.
I was amazed at Scrooge.
Oh, penny pincher. Have you guys heard of that expression before?
Tight. Tightwad.
Frugal. I think somebody said frugal. Scrooge. You said Scrooge. And thrifty. So those are the top answers. So you can see how we're using our minds to really think about answers. And we're getting very creative as a group. So good job. Okay, so the brain, where we make our decisions, logic, and judgment. And we're going to do another activity called triple bond. And we're going to be using the same principles we used in our last game. This game, you're going to get 3 words, and what we need to do is make a reference of how they all go together. So, for example, we have car, boat, and bus. What do they all have in common? Right, modes of transportation. And as I said, it's good for brain health because it just stimulates that part of the brain for logic and reasoning. So there's good, fun ways to keep our brain active. And when I get to know each of you personally, or if you wanted our services, we would come into your home and we would create a specialized package for each of you, stimulating all these parts of the brain and the non-cognitive that we did last week. But it's wonderful because it's specialized for each of you. So I feel like it's kind of like a life coach. But we bring the gift to you. We go to the office, we talk, first we interview you, and that part is very fun, because we get to know you personally. Then we put together a package that's suited just for you. And it contains all these type things. This is just a summary for the group. So, okay, so triple bond. We're gonna make a reference of we have 3 words: pine, palm, and cedar.
Building material.
True, that is true.
Good one. I have building materials up here for any people in construction, maybe. You know, you can use that, maybe lumber. So we had trees. Everyone agree? Trees? Yep, that's right. Palm tree, pine tree, and a cedar tree. Okay, brown, black, and polar.
Fans.
Bear?
Oh, yeah.
Elaine, you agree with that one? Yes. Everyone in agreement with that? Okay. Yep, bears. Good. That was quick, and you guys got to that really fast. Okay, they're going to get a little tougher, okay? So, boardwalk, waterworks, and jail.
Monopoly.
You're right. Very good.
Very good.
Monopoly. Monopoly. Can you, excuse me, can you guys all see the reference to Monopoly? Yeah, okay, very good. Spaces in Monopoly. Okay, Dorothy, Gail, Auntie M, and Elmira Gulch.
Gulch.
So I have an answer here, Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Does everyone agree to that? Okay. Was that an easy one for you guys?
Yes.
Okay, a yacht, an ark, and a dinghy.
Boat.
Water transportation.
Right, right. Types of boats. I have a smart audience here. Okay, Lennon, Wayne, and Kennedy.
John.
Movie stars.
Our shop.
President.
John.
You're right. Did you say that, Bill?
Oh, that's good.
No.
You're right.
Oh, right.
And I think I said, someone else said movie star, because when I did it the first time, I guessed movie star, and then I think I said airport. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, that's true, they are. Except Lincoln.
But
Yeah.
Bill,
An airport.
John's, very good, Bill. So we know John Lennon, the singer from the Beatles, John Wayne, the actor, John Kennedy. Okay, here we go. Helicopters, scissors, and grass.
They all have
Blades.
blades.
Sharp.
They all have blades. Blades.
That's right. They all have blades. Isn't this a fun game, how it gets you to think kind of out of the box? And we made a connection with these 3 very different words, okay? And that's correct, they have blades. Okay, Joe Montana, George Washington, and Indiana Jones. What did I hear back there?
States names.
States names?
Montana, Washington, and Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, yes.
States.
Leadership.
Leadership.
Movies.
Oh,
Montana, Washington, Indiana.
everybody, I like that everyone's thinking. This was a little bit tougher, huh? I know Indiana Jones, isn't that a movie or
Yeah.
something? Okay, what would he have to do with George Washington and Joe Montana? Okay, let's check it out.
State.
Yes.
States.
Yes, you guys did from the beginning.
Good.
You guys are quick and good there, that's right. Okay, rainbow, zebra, and referee.
Stripes.
Man, you guys are quick. Yes, they have stripes. Okay, here we go. King, hermit, and fiddler.
Crabs.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Are we all in agreement? Crabs? I have never heard of a fiddler crab.
Yeah.
You guys have?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Who can tell us
It
what?
says one claw that keeps crossing over the other one.
Are so it looks like it's playing the.
Right.
Is that a joke?
No.
Wow.
Are you
I
from?
didn't know that.
So you.
He walks like that.
They're on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. See?
Ah,
Thank you. I did not know that. So they're types of crabs. Okay. Eyeglasses, painting, and bicycles.
Frame.
Frame.
oh,
They all have frames.
They all have frames.
wow.
Right. At first I thought something round, but then I was like, well, painting, how is a painting going to be round, you know? But they all have frames. Very good. And see how fast we came to that conclusion by looking at 3 very different words? So we are in that executive functioning part of our mind where we're thinking. And it's fun to come up with different ideas and get the right answers. So here's another one. Peanuts, eggs, and jokes.
Nuts.
Shells.
The things that you crack.
That's good, Elaine.
That's so good.
Elaine. Because we can crack a nut, a peanut, we can crack an egg, and we can crack a joke.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a good one?
Was it good, right?
You got that one. Very good. Very good. Things people crack. Very good. Okay, north, ski, and flag.
Staff.
No poles.
Poles, yeah.
North Pole,
North Pole, like,
North Pole,
Flag
Ski
a
pole.
ski pole, and a flag pole. Isn't that interesting? Okay, I agree. Pole. Okay, here we go again. Next one, computer, potato, and poker.
Chips.
Wow, you guys are fast. Next week I'm getting tougher questions. Very good. Isn't that fun to make that quick reference?
Wow, yeah.
Isn't that nice? Very good. So we got a computer chip, we know, potato chip, and poker chip. So that's the common bond of the 3 words, chips. Okay, a boxer, a catcher, and a surgeon.
All our gloves. Gloves.
You guys are amazing! I love it! And that's fast! You guys are good! They all wear gloves. A boxer fights in the ring, he wears gloves. A catcher, baseball, he's got a glove. And, you know, in the medical field, everyone wears gloves. So that's the common bond. Very good. Okay, a person, a pin, and a bed.
Now.
They all have a head.
Who said that? They all have a head. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Head.
You guys all in agreement with that? A person, a pin, the head of a pin, a bed.
Head.
Okay?
Wow.
Very good, guys. Very good. Atticus, Scout, and Boo.
To kill a mockingbird.
Yeah. Did Atticus give it away for everybody? It's such a
Boo.
unique name.
Boo did.
Boo? Are you guys familiar with that book or movie? I haven't seen it, To Kill a Mockingbird. So, characters from the book. Okay, leaves of grass, the catcher in the rye, and for whom the bell tolls.
Hemingway.
Hemingway.
Is that the author of those?
You know that.
Titles.
I don't know either.
Anyway.
Titles of.
I have one answer up here, Hemingway.
Titles.
Titles of a book. Let's see what the answer is. Oh, books that were banned.
Oh,
See, I didn't even know
I
that.
don't know that.
So before,
They were read anyway, weren't they?
yes, right? They got out there somehow, but I guess initially they were banned. So that's very interesting.
The ride was about alcohol, wasn't it? What was it?
About teenagers.
Oh, teenagers.
Okay, so
Split.
banana, the check at a restaurant, and bowling pins.
Split.
Yeah.
You guys all in agreements with that?
Yeah.
Banana split, split the check at a restaurant and bowling pins? A split, something we split. Things you split. But see how fast you guys are making that connection? 3 very different words. So we're really using that executive functioning of the brain, and you guys are doing wonderful. Aww.
No.
Okay, so this is another activity that also works that domain, and it's the advice column. And this is fun because it gives us it lets us think about different options to consider. So again, we're using that part of the brain in the executive functioning, and I'll read to you a letter to the wise owl, and then you guys will interject maybe some advice you would have. And again, it's good because of the same reason I discussed before, just keeping that decision making working, thinking about different options, logic, just kind of processing through. Okay, so dear Mr. Owl, I was standing in line to make a purchase at the convenience store last weekend, and someone rudely stepped in front of me and cut in line. He didn't even acknowledge me. I was so mad, but I wasn't sure what to say or how to react.
Excuse me.
Would you have said, excuse me?
Yes, in loud words.
Hey, you!
I don't give a
You don't? You would just let him go?
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. And maybe the person didn't know. I don't know. That might be an option, that they just weren't aware. Maybe they were busy and thinking about other things, and they weren't aware they cut someone off. That's something to consider. You don't think so? They do it and they pretend they don't know what's happening.
Right.
It would depend on the person.
Pardon me?
It would depend upon the person who did the cutting,
Right.
how you'd respond.
Well, how would you respond if someone...
Would depend upon the person. You know, if it was some young, know-it-all kid, I'd tell him to get the hell away.
Right,
Too big, you know.
right.
If he wasn't too big.
If it was an elderly person like me, I'd let him go.
Oh. Well, I think that's good. I like that. I think I would probably do the same thing. You know, oftentimes I let him go, but sometimes I'm in a hurry. And that would be, you know, very inconvenient. So I think it's true. It depends on the person. Do you guys agree with that? I know. You're right. You're right. Okay, well, that was great. You know, just considering different options to think about. Let's go on to the second situation. Okay. Do you guys want me to read this out loud to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear Mr. Owl, I seem to be a magnet for solicitors asking for donations, either at my door or in the mail. I want to be a charitable person, but sometimes I question the legitimacy of these requests, particularly high school kids who look too old or don't seem to be authentic. Some mail requests also seem suspicious. How do I know what's appropriate, what isn't? I am a senior citizen and sometimes wonder if folks are taking advantage of me. Okay. Has this ever crossed anyone's mind here?
Yes.
Because we need to be careful at any age. At any age. I know I get a lot of solicitor phone calls. I don't even listen. I just hang up.
I do.
You guys just hang up?
And then I block them.
Pardon me?
I block them.
Good. Good. And I even tell my daughter, because like she'll say, well, I said, if you don't know what they're saying, hang up. You don't need to figure it out. It's not me. It's not your grandparents. Because they're almost like pre-recorded things that come to your phone. Have you heard those messages?
Yes.
Very annoying, actually.
I used to just close the door.
Yes, yes.
And if I was on the street and someone would come up, I would just say, I give it work. I don't support I don't
Right.
go other places.
Right, because we don't know where that money goes. I mean,
Yeah.
we want to be charitable and help. Oftentimes, some situations, we see someone who's homeless sitting and they want money, but I know this because I was married to a police officer, a detective, and he said a lot of times those people have criminal records, and there's reasons for that. So we have to be very careful. I don't even open the door. My kids don't either. If someone comes to our door and we don't know, my kids will run, and I say, it's not a surprise party coming to the door. But we don't open it. We don't let them in. Yes.
Yeah, I subscribe to a service called Charity Watch, which rates things. So whenever I get mail from somebody that I don't recognize, the first thing I do is go look at that site and check. And you will be astonished who gets the worst grades. Veterans organizations and police and firefighters.
Wow.
Yeah. We had a neighbor who was a retired police officer, and he said, if people call you on the phone and say, I represent the so-and-so sheriffs or police
Right, I've had those calls.
they said, hang up, don't give them any money, they're a scam.
Right, so they call and they pretend maybe to be another organization, but how do we really know that's the real legitimate organization? We don't know.
The ones, I think the most reprehensible ones are the ones that target veterans. And they have all wonderful sounding names.
Right,
They usually spend all their money on other things other than the program.
wow. So he said that there's, what is it called?
It's a service called Charity Watch.
Charity Watch, and you can actually look up to see if it's a legitimate charity or not, and just maybe like a better sense of protection.
You give them a small donation every year, and you get their quarterly newsletter that tells you all that.
Okay, that's good to know, yes.
I want to bring up what I've seen, particularly in India. Be careful when they're standing on the corner soliciting. We have a great rehab center, and I've been told they can't go there because they're on drugs. So if you're going to contribute to some people, be very careful that it's not somebody that's going to abuse your donation.
And then even sometimes just donating like that, we open ourselves up to a potential crime. So we don't want to put ourselves in that position, you know?
And I was told they can't go to the rehab because they aren't clean.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we can't help everyone, okay? And we have to be careful who we help.
Several years ago, there was a letter to the Desert Sun, and the woman said that there was a man who always was soliciting at the corner of Bob Hope and Ramon,
Okay.
and she said she usually would give him a couple of dollars, until one day she saw him in the casino.
Oh, well,
If I think they're hungry, I go get them a hamburger.
Right.
they're not hungry.
Well, there are some are.
Some of them
Yeah,
are.
Some are.
The ones that are sitting there all the time, I'm understanding they don't want to participate in the rehab program, so they're not allowed in. So they're,
Right. Well, there's different ones. I'm sure there's a variety of people, some that do really sincerely want help and some that don't. But either way, we have to protect ourselves, especially when they are asking for a donation. Let me get to this gentleman in the back. Hi. Did you want to say something?
On telephone solicitations, I usually ask what percentage of the contribution actually gets to the, people you think you're giving to. And it's amazing how truthful people are. They'll say, well, 8%,
Yeah, because it has to trickle down, right?
I guess, but they're honest about it. There
Well,
must be
that's-
large penalties to them lying about it.
Right.
Instead of saying, well, they get 80%, we get 20, they'll say, well, we have to do this and this and this.
Right.
And then the actual needy organization gets 12% or something. And say,
Right.
well, no, I can't do that.
Right. So a lot of the money probably goes to other expenses.
The thing that surprised me is that everybody so far has been truthful about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, but we need to be careful where we contribute or donate to. And so that was good that everyone had something to say about this, and we've all had these phone calls, people at our door. So be careful.
I wonder how many people in here have been scammed.
Has anyone been scammed in here or attempted to be scammed?
Oh, I think
Who knows?
Leo, did that ever happen to you where someone tried to scam you out of money?
What?
Did somebody try to make a fraud with money a couple years ago with you? Can you tell them what happened?
Well,
Speak up a little bit.
I don't really remember, but when I went over to the bank to get the money, the gal there warned me. She said that's a fraud, and so I didn't send the money.
Right, and I think what happened is he got a phone call that said his grandson or granddaughter needed some help. And rather than call his daughter or the parents, he just wanted to go do this. But fortunately, they warned him, no. So, yes.
I received a couple of years ago a check in the mail for $10,000 drawn on, I can't remember exactly which bank, but anyway, it looked like a regular check. I took it to the bank and it was I wasn't gonna cash it.
Right.
Because I didn't know where it came from.
Just to show
And
it to
it
them?
was a scam. At Wells Fargo. So,
I mean, they're so sneaky with who knows what and how they do a lot of things. Maybe if you deposit it, it doesn't clear, but they get your account number or something.
well, and you might be responsible for
Yeah.
the money if you were to withdraw any of it.
Right.
But if anybody ever, I haven't had one since, but if you ever get a check like that, don't assume it's good.
Right.
I did, and I called the police, and they told me it was a scam.
Really? You got one too? Or did someone try?
3,000 something, I don't know.
So as seniors, we have to be very aware. And it's unfortunate that these criminals get so creative. I mean, we learn to protect ourselves in one way, then they figure out another way to do something. So we always have to be aware, okay? Yes.
And another thing, if we go to throw away a letter that's asking for money, and it has all of our information, our names and addresses and things, I think it's really important to open the letter and use a really black pen and blot out our names so that if someone is looking through the trash, that someone else doesn't get our letter and take advantage of it, or maybe not.
That's true.
Just
Very good, because oftentimes I've seen people go and look for recycling through trash cans, and we have our personal information in there, so Elaine said maybe use a marker or a pen and just scratch out account number.
I do it on pill bottles too.
Right, or take the label off.
Under that.
Or take the label off.
Right, I do that too. I mean, it's our personal information.
We have a shredder in the office too. If anybody wants to shred any of the things, we have a
Oh,
shredder.
okay.
There is one in the office, yeah.
So Leslie said there is a shredder.
Do you know how we can
Leslie
get rid
said
of our
there's a
pills?
shredder in the office, so if anyone wants to shred anything, that's the best way to do it, really. So, okay.
Back to this one,
Oh, yes.
the things you get in the mail, the cards and the name stickers,
Yes.
you feel obligated to send the
Oh,
money.
the St. Jude's I get from St.
Oh, that's
Jude's with
definitely
the little
The dog
return
sticker.
labels and,
Yeah.
They could probably help themselves, they quit mailing out all that stuff.
That's true. They mail out $1.
yeah, I agree. And then they kind of get us in a sympathetic state.
Or you get something with a $5 bill on it.
Oh, I haven't had that.
Oh.
They mail you the money? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
I was just gonna say, as a scam, is that they send you money. I've had them send $200, and would you send money in cash?
I keep them.
Would you send
I don't know what's.
$400
Oh,
to
God.
my friend
Money away.
or to so-and-so?
I mean, and they make it, by giving you the first 200,
Yeah.
it kind of entices, well, that shouldn't entice, but it may be not good.
Not
If you're
good.
getting cash in the mail, something,
That's a scam.
yeah, I've never had that happen to me.
I have.
So we have, see what I'm saying? Things keep changing. They get more creative in their ways to take advantage. on time.
Okay.
So are you guys ready to go? Anyone else want to say anything about this before we go to the next one?
If you have a bag with a lot of papers in it that, you know, like from, what that really could be shredded, but you don't get into the shredder, I understand that if you dump your cat litter in there, people are not supposed to put the bag.
That's a really
You're gonna get a surprise. They'll get more than personal information. That's a good one. Very good. Okay, you guys ready to move on or anything else on this? So thank you for all contributing all that information. Very good information. Okay, situation 3. So, a few nights ago I had fallen asleep on the couch watching television. A really loud knocking noise startled me awake. At first I thought it was a TV, but then I realized someone was banging on my door. Not just knocking. So I turned on the light and looked out the viewfinder, and I recognized a teenager from the neighborhood. But I didn't know him. He seemed nervous and in a hurry. I was concerned for him and what might be wrong, but I was also concerned for me, being a woman alone. I had already turned on the light, so he knew I was there. I tried to question him through the door, but I didn't understand his response. What should I have done?
Call the police.
Don't open the door.
Right. See, it's someone in the neighborhood, so it's someone she recognized but still didn't know. And first of all, it's late at night. There's so many just factors of here that just kind of should raise a red flag. But so since she had turned on the light, she said that he knew someone was home. So I think somebody said call the police.
Yeah.
Call the manager.
The manager,
We're here, yeah.
that's good too. Someone in charge. I wouldn't open the door, so. there's
Drugs
that way.
is such a problem today, and with young people, don't hesitate or risk anything.
Right.
Just call the authorities.
Just call, because as soon as we open the door, what happens? We immediately expose ourselves to a potential crime. They can just push their way in the door. If they really need help, they can get it somewhere else. And they're not going to probably come knocking on our door. So don't open the door. And maybe sometimes they really do need help, but we can't take that chance. Because unfortunately, our society is, there's danger to be aware of.
In our situation, our rooms have, the apartment rooms have the pull cords. You could always, pull, even before you get out of bed, you can always pull the pull cord.
Right?
But don't we have a time for a lockdown here? Meaning, without a key, I don't think you can get in.
I think
I,
it's,
I don't know what time it
9
is.
o'clock.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
So you guys have
know.
wonderful security here, so
Yeah.
you don't ever have to worry. But for those
but never
who
say
are-
never.
What do you think about everybody's got a key to our place? I mean,
Well, the
Well, you want to never say never because, people, you always want to be on the safe side. Always be on the safe side. Somebody should
Right.
not be knocking on your door
But
at 3 in the
everyone
morning.
that works here has been background checked, and you guys are
Yeah.
very safe,
Yeah, we're
so
safe.
you don't have to worry about that. But there are seniors and even young people who live out where our front door is exposed. People can just knock on our door and they do it. Selling something or raising money or whatever. But this case, it's very late at night.
What if it was a woman instead of a man?
Oh.
I'd still
Artists.
call the police.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that interesting how it changes? Look, it could be a lady, but then we don't know if there's a car with 3 guys.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I mean? That could be a prop to get, we
If
don't
you
know.
Look through the people, you see blood.
Call 911.
When we open the door, what can we really do? We still need an authority, a law official there anyway, so just make the phone call. Don't even open the door, just to be safe, But I like what you said. What if it's a lady or a young girl at the door? Would that make a difference?
No, because she might just be the front of a bunch of other people.
Right.
Yeah.
But initially, it's interesting because I wouldn't be as alarmed seeing a girl or a woman versus a man. I don't know why, but that was a good thought. But yes, that could, you know, we still have to be careful because some women aren't good either, so. Careful, careful. Don't open our doors late at night. So, good, everybody. Now, number 4. Okay. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. So, dear Mr. Al, I was watering my ferns on the front porch a few days ago when I noticed somebody letting their dog poop in my front yard. I recognize the person as my neighbor from a block away, but I don't know his name. He didn't seem to notice me. I wasn't sure whether I should say something or just let it go. I've had to clean it up a few times, and it bothered me that he could be so inconsiderate. What would you have done?
I happen to be a dog owner and a dog lover, and I always carry extra bags.
So
And
you're-
if I see it happen, I offer them a bag.
Okay, very
You
considerate.
can get leashes with the
Yes,
bags on
I've seen
them.
that where it's
Yes.
like rolled up inside that little thing.
Because it isn't an uncommon problem here. And people that have dogs know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so, I actually have a neighbor across the street. He's from Peru, and he's just like a real free kind of guy, and washing his car, the dog's outside. I think maybe that's part of his culture with the animals, but the dog is always outside, and it always comes over to my yard all the time. I have not said anything yet, but it really bothers me.
Offer him a bag.
I mean, he knows the dog is running. He already knows it's loose and it runs the neighborhood.
I would offer him a bag. If you say something, it's gonna be defiant. Not
Right,
my
I don't
dog.
want to be confrontational.
Yeah, but it
You have to be.
my
It's
husband,
law. It's
many
the law.
years
Is it?
ago,
It's the law. You can't let your dogs run wild.
Actually, you're right, the leash law. Right.
but that doesn't stop the leash from them depositing. My husband, we've always been dog lovers, many, many years ago, would wait to see who our neighbor was and then put it on a shovel and returned it to the owner.
You know what? I mean, that's one way. I think he got the message across.
Oh, we did.
This is a major problem all over, and in fact, there are some high-end gated communities here in the valley
Yes.
that if you have a dog, you have to give them a DNA sample of the dog.
Yes, that was
And if
on,
they
wow.
find poop, they will pick it up and analyze it.
Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness.
That big a problem.
There's plenty of deposits.
Yeah, well, I go to that dog park too, and people will end up talking, and they're not watching their dog, and the dog will go to the bathroom, and I don't know, but I've seen it happen. So, a little consideration, you know. No one wants to step in that either.
No, I have.
Is the dog's urine good for the grass though?
You know what? It kind of turns it like yellow.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, there was a time I was reading like, oh, if you give your dog a little tomato juice, it won't do that. Because my dog, every time I went outside, I was having like spots,
Oh.
but it didn't work. It didn't work. So, okay, so good answers from everybody. Thank you. And so that was our executive functioning domain. And remember, I had said that within that domain, there's 5 subdomains. So I call it like the thinking cap. And then we get to the other areas. So next week is going to be memory. And then we'll do activities that will stimulate that. And again, this is very similar to what we would do on a one-on-one basis if any of you wanted our services from home care assistants. And we personalize it to you. So this is just generalized for a group. But did everyone enjoy it?
Yes.
You did? Oh, thank you guys. And that was a quick hour. So thank you guys for all your time and attention. And next week we'll talk about memory. And bring any stories you guys want to share.
a list of charges for a personal